Hello there. We are coming to you today with a special episode of MASH Matters. Ryan Patrick here alongside Jeff Maxwell. Hello, Jeff.
Hi, Ryan. How are you?
I'm good. There has been a lot of news coming out of your neck of the woods. Now, you live in Southern California, and really the last, 2 weeks, the news cycle has been dominated by some awful fires that have been happening in California, not just down where you are, but also Northern California as well. And we're coming to you today. This is going to be a very short, quick little episode because we want to make you aware of a fundraising effort that's being done by the Burghoff family, as in Gary Burghoff. But we'll get to that here in just a moment. But first, Jeff, what's it like in your area? What's it been like these last few weeks to be right in the middle of all this fire? Now, first of all, let me clarify. Your home was not affected by the fire, correct?
Correct. No, it was not.
Good. But what's it been like to know people who have been dealing with this and loss of homes and property?
It's been very tragic. You start watching these things and the news comes on and you see all these very dramatic pictures of fire burning and it's up in the hills and you go, oh, this is terrible and the environment's being destroyed and it's just awful. And it is. It makes you sick, makes me sick. And I'm a big animal guy too, so I feel awful for all the animals. Saying, "Oh my gosh, what are those deer going to do? Oh my gosh, I got to go save them." So I'm very involved with it, but it makes you very sad to see loss of such environment. And then this fire starts eating up not only the countryside, but it starts eating up people's homes. And once it starts to do that, it turns into a whole other horrible experience. Mm-hmm. And when you see people's, the pictures of people's homes being lost and the homes just burning up in these neighborhoods. And, the next day, that usually is at night, the next day they show it from a helicopter shot. And it's like the entire neighborhood was just blown up by an atom bomb. Mm. It is so destructive. And you start to watch it. And each day it went on and on and on. And I had to stop watching. I got too depressed. It was just so sad. And then they're interviewing people whose homes have been lost, and it just tears your heart out to watch them, talk about losing everything they've owned, and they've been there for 40 years, and what are they going to do? It's a very, very tragic thing. And this fire just seemed to never stop. They could never get a handle on it. And it took, I think that as we speak, it's still not completely out. It's probably 90% contained, but it's still not completely out, I don't believe. Mm-hmm. But it burned acres and acres and acres and destroyed home after home after home. So it was very sad. It was kind of around the Malibu area. Mm-hmm. And of course, Malibu is a very famous place. Mm-hmm. And it has a lot of celebrities in it. So there was a lot of interest in that. But again, as we're going to talk about, there are places that don't have a lot of celebrities there. And these people who lost their homes are not necessarily as well heeled as a lot of celebrities. And that doesn't really matter because even if you're a celebrity and you got a bunch of money, yeah, you can rebuild your home a little easier than somebody else. But it still is a horrible, tragic experience to lose everything that you own and see it go up in smoke. All the way around, it's a terrible, terrible disaster.
And it's been kind of dominating the news. And MASH fans really took notice of the Woolsey Fire, which is the fire that was around your area, mm-hmm. because one of the areas affected was where MASH was filmed, the park out there. So,
it didn't actually, there was some talk about that it destroyed the set area where they had the set. Mm-hmm. That actually had been destroyed by a fire several years ago.
Right, yes.
But there were little burned out things left there, and you can walk up there and see that area. And it's really fun to do. If anybody hasn't done it and there's no fire out there, do it because it's a really fun experience.
Right.
What did burn was all of the hillside. It's kind of that famous scene where the helicopter comes in and you can see the music starts. That area, I think, burned quite severely. Yeah. But that little set area, I think, was saved. Paramount Ranch, however, was destroyed. They lost a lot of sets there.
So that was the Woolsey Fire. Now, upstate was the Camp Fire, and it really affected a big portion of Northern California. And that's what we're talking about today. We were made aware of a fundraiser that has been put together by the Burghoff family. Burghoff, Bostrom, and Westfall families all came together to put together a GoFundMe for campfire relief. Because Gary and his family have ties to these Northern California towns, Paradise, Magalia, the surrounding communities, and because these communities have been just completely devastated. When this was first started, this GoFundMe was started about 15 days ago. At that point, it had destroyed 80 to 90% of the homes and businesses in that area. I mean, my goodness, I can't even wrap my mind around that.
Horrible.
And many, as it says here, were not fortunate enough to escape. There have been many confirmed deaths associated with this. And rebuilding and the relief efforts, it's going to be monumental. So this GoFundMe was started by these families, and it includes a short video from a very familiar face. And we want to play you the audio from that video right now.
Hi, this is Gary Burghoff. The Burghoff, Boostrom, and Westfall families wanted to open a GoFundMe account to benefit those affected by the campfire that has devastated our beloved Paradise and Magalia communities, as well as others in Butte County. All donations will go directly to the North Valley Community Foundation and their Northern California Fire Relief Fund. So please click on the link attached to this post and donate. And may God bless our relief efforts. Thank you.
So that is a plea from Gary Burghoff and the Burghoff family, and we wanted to share it with you. If you would be so kind as to click on the link that you can find in the show notes for this. Also, we're going to post this link on our Facebook page. We're going to put it on Twitter. If you can, just go and make a donation. And no donation is too small. There are some people who have donated $100, $50, but I see some $10 and $5 donations on here. Anything you could give to these efforts, it would mean so much to the Burghoff family and also to the people in this area who have just had their lives completely turned upside down by the campfire.
If you have a moment of hesitation, think about what it would mean to lose everything you have in your home. It's a devastating moment, devastating thought, to drive up and see your home completely destroyed and just one big pile of ashes. So, if you think, I'm sorry, but I gotta pay my car payment. That's true. And we certainly don't want to have MASH Matters a format for, us saying, hey, send money to people. That's not our purpose, and we're probably not going to do it again. But certainly Gary Burghoff is a friend, and we relate to what he's saying. And we see the tragedy, loss of life, and it's just something we both feel compelled to kind of put out there and announce. And if you can do it, if you can help, I know Gary will appreciate it very much, and so will all of the people who are involved and who have been impacted by a horrible, 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 horrible disaster.
It's just a special plea from us on behalf of the Burghoffs and behalf of everybody who's been affected by the fire in that area.
Great.
We wanted to come on behalf of them and say, please help if you can. Again, the link's right there on the website, mashmatterspodcast.com, or go to our Facebook page, go to our Twitter. You'll find the link there. Click, donate, and let's help make a difference.